Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. And to those who are seeing me for the first time, well, I'm Lost in Bakery. And to those who are my returning subscribers, thank you so much. I love you. And if you haven't subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so you'll be blessed by every single video I post per week. Alright, now how to read and recall. Well, sorry I'm laughing, but this is a very critical matter we're about to discuss now. Most students are going through a lot as regards to this reading and ability to recall what you have been reading, and they're like, it seems like this school stuff is not for me. Well, I'm here with just few tips that are going to help you to recall whatsoever you've read. I mean, it has been helping me, so I believe it's going to help you. So now, number one tip is to start early. Most persons don't start their reading early. You start anytime you feel like, okay, it's 1 week to exam, there's still time, so I'm going to start. Well, start your reading early, because one thing starting early does in your life is that it does not allow you to read with pressure, okay? It gives you the time to read everything you're meant to read and cover them in time, okay? So you have to start early. If you have to recall whatever you're reading, then you have to start early, my darling. You have to start early, okay? Now, number two is to read without exams in mind. That is why I said you have to start early, okay? Now, if you've started early, you're not reading with examination in mind. You are reading because you need to get the information and assimilate them. So now, when you are reading with exams in mind, it only gives you the idea of what you need for that examination. And sometimes you don't even remember everything during the examination. Why? Because you see yourself cramming. So don't read with examination in mind, okay? Read when you start early. Just enjoy, go with the flow. Get the information at that particular time and just get them. At some point, it might look like I'm not remembering what I'm reading. Just the brain is automatic, my dear. Just read through, just read them, just go on like that, okay? When the time comes for you to recall, you will definitely recall. Now, the next thing is to memorize. After you start early, you're not reading with examination in mind, you begin to memorize what you've read. Now, memorizing sometimes comes, let me say, weeks to your examination. So you're memorizing everything you've read. Okay, I read 1 plus 1, 1 plus 1 equals 2. Sometimes you ask yourself questions, and walking along the road, you're like, what is this I read? What is this? What is this? You try to recall. And when you realize that you're not recalling them, you go back to your book, cross-check, and then continue recollection like that. You realize that next time you try to recall, you recall, if not up to 80%, at least 9 or at least 70% of what you've read before that particular time. So memorization is very important. Try to memorize what you've read. Now, if you are reading very close to examination, memorization becomes cramming. Ordinarily, memorization is meant to keep it in your brain and gives you ability to recall even 10 years later. I can recall the definition of business study I studied in my JS2. Yeah, the systematic process of recording business transaction. For the purpose of classifying and summarizing such transactions, it's my JS2 definition. I can still recall it. As one of the things I learned during my first year in the university, I can still recall them because I memorized them. Alright, so just try to memorize when you're reading. And then the next thing is try to write them down as you want them. Now, okay, that's why I encourage reading with past questions. For instance, you know how a particular lecturer wants to set a particular thing. Now you write your answers as you would want to write them in the examination hall. It gives you the mindset of this is what I'm going to produce. For instance, there are essay questions. You write your answers in that particular pattern. You answer these questions in line with how the information is passed to your brain. You don't say information 1 plus 1 and then when you want to write them there, you need to write 1 plus 1 minus. I don't know how I'm going to illustrate it, but that's my point. Try to write them down the way you want to recall them. So now, after reading, memorizing, doing everything you want to do, pick up your pen, pick up your book, pick up answers, or just set questions for yourself and begin to write them down the way you want to produce them in that exam hall. Go make sure those questions cut across every single topic. You realize that when you get to the exam hall, no matter what they said, it's not possible. No matter what they said, as long as you answer them the way you want to answer them, you will definitely reproduce them. Like you will reproduce them. Every single thing in that answer booklet will remind you of what you've read. And by doing so, you realize that you don't get your score. You tend to have beautiful grades. Thank you so much for watching this very amazing video, and don't forget, if you have not subscribed, to also subscribe and hit the notification button. I love you and I love you.